What's been the evolution in the last 10 years in the technology, education, learning space? Yeah.
Technology today is a given for all of us. In India, in the last 10 years, we have seen a sea change from non-existence to being part of your life itself, including the 15 and the 18-year-olds who use technology to learn. Because of acceptance, technology has been adopted by in the classroom and for education per se. But it's in the last 5 years, there was a lot of manpower who got into the grassroots levels in organization. And India per se, if we look at its education system, it's only the top 100 or top 500 institutions out of the 20,000 plus institutions who churn out manpower which is worth the corporate entities. Corporates have to now invest in learning and technology and education to take them to the next level. Because of the sheer numbers, we are talking millions of them getting into the grassroots level within the corporates itself. Corporates had to create education and training departments within the organization, bring in Western and the best practices from across the globe, and thereby it became a part of their own institution itself. Organizations started having geographically dispersed offices, and thereby the workforce had to be trained, and the training had to be very consistent all across the regions. Workforce which came from the rural areas now started competing with the world's best because of the fact that all these organizations that they're working with are working in a flat world. So all these individuals, because of their sheer training and the ambition, they started growing up, and organizations had to give training at every level as they were climbing up itself. Somewhere down the line, they became team leads, they became first-time supervisors, etc. And organizations then felt that they need to develop the leadership pipeline. All of them started hitting the glass ceiling when they were offered managerial positions. They were not able to adopt the role that was given to them because of lack of the holistic education, that management education that comes from a B school. Corporates were in a limbo right now. They were not able to take up, give them a 2-year academic sabbatical. It's not possible to send out 500 people for an academic sabbatical for 2 years. The options available in a distance education mode was not very healthy. We had by that time signed up about 225 plus corporates in India, came up and said, you are great in online education, you've done a good job. Would you be able to offer online structured certificate educations like an online MBA, an online BBA, etc. And we now see, 3 years back, we launched the online MBA and the online BBA, which are quite long, and we wanted to see how the market adapts it. Corporates have been very, very receptive to offering education to their employees to build their leadership pipeline. Classes are conducted via live online faculty-led sessions. There is quite a lot of interaction between individuals, and the feedback from individuals are that working professionals are that this is better than the classroom for multiple reasons. One, I don't have to travel to a class and waste 2 hours per day traveling, number one. Second, I don't have to take an academic sabbatical from outside from the office, and whatever you're learning, you study today, you implement tomorrow because you're still working right now, and subconsciously you would definitely utilize whatever you studied before, and thereby this is actually growing and being fast adopted by individuals across corporates.
What will be your estimate of the size of the market of learning?
Close to about $42 billion. But that's across from K to 12 to B school to the end of that. So it's a huge space. There is a market which is typically about 30%, 35%, which is in the adult education space. And within that we have professional development, vocational development, and all of that. In the West there are large organizations like Kaplan, Strayer University, DEVRI. These were just $15 million companies just about 10 to 15 years back. Today they are $2 billion and $3 billion, and they were completely into the adult education space. Given our sheer numbers and the need to take education into the urban space and spaces where it's underrepresented, the market will definitely grow much, much, much faster. There has been a phenomenal change in the way organizations have looked at education of their employees. Now, if I have to go back 10 years back or 15 years back when I got into the L&D space in India, organizations came back and said, why should I educate this guy, because he might just quit and go and all my money goes waste. But today organizations are not looking in that way. They are saying that if in case he goes, I would get somebody else who is educated by somebody else. So there is a camaraderie in this space, and because of globalization, a lot of Western influence in management thinking with regards to learning for the employees have come into the space. So this is payback time for us. So we have invested a lot of time in educating the market, seeding the market, building the base in the market, and so now is payback time for all of us.